What we got?
How impressive was the way that rally was built? 2 outs, nobody on, you get a double, infield hit, walk to make that possible.
But Joey's had quite a few of those. You know, he puts a lot of pressure on infielders. You know, couldn't run for Caleb there. I was hoping to get him to third. And no, there was a lot of parts to that. And Manny stayed patient there. I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of things we're doing better in those situations, passing the baton there and not trying to let him. It's obvious they're going to try to get him out of the strike zone.
Is it important to show that this team can win with little ball as well as big ball?
Not really. It's important that we pitch consistently well. You know, that's going to be, score runs. You know, that was something that we have a double. You know, is that little, whatever y'all call it, is little, small, wee, whatever. I consider that pretty big. And then, infield hit off a good pitch by them, and we got jammed and just hit it in the right place. And then, a walk to Manny, and then a wild pitch past ball. I mean, I kind of, I'll make light of it. I understand what I was talking about, but, scoring runs is scoring runs. It's always important to have different ways to do it.
Well, speaking of Manny, I think he's hitting over 400 now. I know it's a small sample size, but I mean, how tremendous has he been since day one? Really?
He's been, it's really a big sample if you think about last year too. And Manny's gotten, better. And I think what I've liked is that he's stayed within himself for the most part and hadn't, letting the game come to him instead of always pushing it, because as your reputation gets more, they're going to see how many times they can get you out of the strike zone. Passing the baton, it's going to be important as we go forward for when we get certain guys hot and in that good zone that we have somebody behind them that picks them up if they'll take that walk.
Is it impressive to you that you can play the kind of defense your guys have been playing? I mean, in a situation today, we always talk about pitchers crisp, and they're on their toes, and there's 110 pitches. And
it's hard. Really hard. That's hard, really, for both teams, too. Kind of got them, it kind of worked a little bit against them. I think they had, 9 or 10 left on base because it just, it's frustrating because Ubaldo had pretty good stuff, and he was 0-2 on a number of hitters and let him get back in the count and end up getting hurt with that. But, I guess 2 runs, 5 innings, there was stuff there to pitch a lot deeper in that game, though. And that was frustrating for him. It kind of really stretched the chain of trying to get to the last inning with a lead. You got some big innings pitched. Mike, Darren, Zach. Brad had 4 days off, and Darren had 4 days off, and Zach had 4 days off. So I was going to try to extend Brad and didn't quite get there.
You got enough bullpen for tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Depends on as long as Tillman goes 7, 8, or 9 innings. No, you never. You got. We got to look at 2 guys I won't use tomorrow. A lot depends on what we do with Worley, and as we go forward. Gallardo's starting first game in Kansas City.
Look, when you got that first inning, there's 3 runs you got off of Dickey. You guys haven't really had too many of those big innings other than that inning on Friday night in Texas. But I mean, is it important for you guys to get more of those kind of innings like you did in that first inning and kind of jump on a pitcher?
Yeah, but you'd like to, it's hard to, he gets a feel for the knuckleball. He was just missing a lot of borderline pitches are going our way that first inning, and you don't know where your opportunities are going to be there. But he's such a unique pitcher. It's not one of those things that he can't get his breaking ball over and his stuff in is good. It's just a matter, he's going to find it, and it'd be easy to say, geez, we should have added more runs, but it's hard. I mean, this guy's good, really good, and then coming out of the bullpen, it's such a completely different look for the next group coming in. It takes a while to adjust your tempo back up at the plate. How we doing? we were good. Good night. God bless. We're all counting on you.